So today I'm going to be doing just a whispering video. I'm not going to be chewing gum, I'm not going to be eating anything. I may have to take a small swig or two of my liquid hydration, but otherwise I'm just going to be whispering today because I know that some people prefer just the whispering videos and not the any like gum chewing specific mouth sounds like that. Just want to hear some whispering, and that is it. And maybe some background music apparently as well. Hopefully it doesn't get too much louder. Let's touch wood on that. Okay, I can't tell if that was music or if that was someone knocking that on. But today we're going to be looking through the Player's Handbook, the new Player's Handbook, the I was about to say the DMG, I meant D&D Player's Handbook 2024 edition, which I have before me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be looking through, I think I'm going to be going through some spells. So I've been doing some other videos that you may or may not have seen, because you may or may not like gum chewing videos, where I go through some magic items and just talk about them, just have a little look at them. And I said in one of those videos I should probably do something similar for spells or something like that. So I'm going to do that today. I'm just going to be doing a whisper video looking through some of the spells in D&D 2024. So I'm just going to be flicking through and I will show you any art, if there is art on the page or for that spell, which I doubt there will be because there's not a lot of artwork for spells, but here we go. You may already have seen some of this artwork if you have been watching any of the other videos I've done with the other video I did with the Player's Handbook. So we're just going to go through some of the different spells. We're going to like what the mechanics mean, because just not really within the I guess space of this video. I'm just looking for anything that interests me and then I'll just talk about it. This one has caught my attention already. This is called Arcane Vigor. I'm pretty sure this is a new spell. I do not recognise this one. It is a level 2 abjuration spell for sorcerers and wizards. And if you're unfamiliar, they finally in this book have added tags next to the spell type for what classes can use them by default. And I'm so glad they've done that because they didn't do it beforehand. It was on D&D Beyond and every other site, but they never included it in the book. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong there actually, maybe they did, but I don't. I'm pretty sure they didn't. I can probably check it, but I'm not going to right now. So this is a level 2 abjuration spell for sorcerers and wizards. It is a bonus action to cast. It is a range of self, which means on yourself. It requires verbal and somatic components, so you have to be able to speak, you have to be able to move your hands. You tap into your life force to heal yourself. Roll one or two of your unexpended hit point dice and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll's total plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Those dice are then expended. The number, or using a higher level spell slot, the number of expended hit dice you can roll increases by 1 for every spell slot above 2. So this is a way for wizards and sorcerers to heal themselves, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see they've got like a little bit of healing, albeit just on themselves, which is pretty cool. Nice to see an interesting addition to that, but it definitely is balanced enough in that it's not being given to other people. You can't give this healing to other people. Okay, just going to look through. I'm kind of looking at spells that I'm not so familiar with. What's this? We've got Aura of Purity, which is a level 4 abjuration spell for a cleric and a paladin. It has a casting time of an action, a range of self, and only requires verbal components. It is a concentration spell for up to 10 minutes, so it lasts for 10 minutes and you have to focus on it. So the spell is this. An aura radiates from you in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. While in the aura, you and your allies have resistance to poison damage and advantage on saving throws to avoid or end effects that include the blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralysed, poisoned, or stunned conditions. That's very good. It's a level 4 abjuration spell, and then we've got some other aura spells here. Maybe I'll go through them as well. I'm fairly confident these are new. I could be wrong again. We've got Aura of Life, a level 4 abjuration spell for cleric and paladins. Basically the same thing: action, self, verbal, and concentration for 10 minutes. An aura radiates from you in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. While in the aura, you and your allies have resistance to necrotic damage, and your hit point maximums cannot be reduced. That's very good. If an ally with 0 hit points starts its turn in the aura, that ally regains 1 hit point. That's very cool. And then we finally got another aura spell here, which is more or less the same, except this is a level 3 abjuration spell, and is for clerics, druids, and paladins. So, same as before: action, self, concentration, verbal. But the concentration is only for 1 minute. An aura radiates from you in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. When you create the aura, and at the start of each of your turns while it persists, you can restore 2d6 hit points to one creature in it. That's quite cool. At the start of each of your turns, you can heal someone within that aura. That's very cool. Let's see, what else have we got? Anything of interest? I might look at this one. We've got a spell here called Befuddlement, a level 8. This is like the second highest level of spell you can cast. A level 8 enchantment spell for bards, druids, warlocks, and wizards. A casting time of an action, a range of 150 feet. It requires verbal, somatic, and material components, and the material component is a key ring with no keys, and it is an instantaneous spell. You blast the mind of a creature you can see within range. The target makes an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 10d12 psychic damage and cannot cast spells or take the magic action. That's very cool. At the end of every 30 days, the target repeats the save, ending the effect on a success. The effect can also be ended by a greater restoration, heal, or wish spell. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage only. Imagine fighting a lich casting Befuddlement and effectively disabling their ability to cast spells. You would insta-kill it, basically. That's kind of crazy, but they have legendary resistances, so it would probably not be too useful for them. What else have we got? Okay, we've got an interesting one here. I don't know if this has been changed at all, but it looks a little bit different from what I recall, but I could be wrong. The one directly underneath it is Bestow Curse, a level 3 necromancy spell for bards, clerics, and wizards. An action, casting time, a touch spell, so you have to be right next to the person to touch them, or just within touch reach. Unless you have a reach with your natural arms, then you have to be within 5 feet. Verbal and somatic components is concentration for up to a minute. You touch a creature which must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or become cursed for the duration. Until the curse ends, the target suffers one of the following effects of your choice. Choose one ability. The target has disadvantage on ability checks, attack throw. The target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with that ability. The second, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Third, in combat, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns, or be forced to take the dodge action on that turn. Or 4, if you deal damage to the target with an attack roll or spell, the target takes an extra 1d8 necrotic damage. Using a higher level spell slot, if you cast this spell using a level 4 spell slot, you can maintain the concentration concentration on it for up to 10 minutes. If you use a 5+ spell slot, the spell doesn't require concentration and the duration becomes 8 hours or 24 hours if you use a 7 or 8 level slot. If you use a 9th level slot, the spell lasts until dispelled, so you could just curse something forever. That's pretty cool. Oh, I've just seen that Blight has been changed. So, oh, one second, I've got a really itchy eye. My gosh. So the spell Blight is a level 4 necromancy spell for druids, sorcerers, warlocks or wizards. An action, 30-foot range, verbal somatic, instantaneous. A creature you can see within range makes a constitution saving throw taking 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A plant creature automatically fails the save. Alternatively, target a non-magical plant that isn't a creature, such as a tree or shrub. It doesn't make a save, it simply withers and dies. Using a high level slot, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot above 4th. So originally, I'm pretty sure in the original Blight, if you target a plant creature, they don't have disadvantage on the save, they just instantly take the maximum amount of damage the dice could roll. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that spell used to work. I'm guessing they changed that. Alright, here we go. We've got Blade Ward, which I don't remember if this was changed. I'm pretty sure it was changed. Abjuration, cantrip, bard, sorcerer, warlock and wizard. An action, self, purple somatic, concentration for a minute. Whenever a creature makes an attack roll against you before the spell ends, the creature subtracts 1d4 from the attack roll. So it's basically like a bane of sorts. Alright, let's see what else we've got. I've not even made it past B yet. Okay. Sorry about that, I was just checking something. What else do we have? This is an interesting one. I don't know if this one existed in the old book, or if this is a new spell. I know there's definitely new spells in there, so it could be. If it is, I've never seen it before. And this is Commune with Nature, a level 5 divination spell for druids and rangers. It takes 1 minute, or a ritual, which means it's 11 minutes long. You commune with nature spirits and gain knowledge of the surrounding area. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the area within 3 miles of you, in caves and other natural underground settings. The radius is limited to 300 feet. The spell doesn't function when nature has been replaced by construction, such as in castles and settlements. Choose 3 of the following facts you learn. Choose 3 of the following facts. You learn those facts as they pertain to the spell's area. Location of settlements. Locations of portals to other planes of existence. Locations of 1 challenge rating 10+ creature, the DM's choice. That is a celestial, an elemental, a fae, a fiend, or an undead. The most prevalent kind of plant, mineral, or beast, you choose which to learn. Location of bodies of water. For example, you could determine the location. Of a powerful monster in the area, locations of bodies of water, and the locations of any towns. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we've got on here. People don't like the new conjure spells, but I actually quite like the conjure spells. there's like a difference between conjure celestial and summon celestial. Conjure is more like this, they're partially brought into this world. That's my interpretation. They're partially brought into this world, whereas a summoning is where you call on an entity to aid you in a very specific way. I'll give you an example here. So Conjure Celestial is a level 7 conjuration cleric spell. An action, 90 feet range, verbal somatic, concentration up to 10 minutes. You conjure a spirit from the upper planes, which manifests as a pillar of light in a 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range. For each creature you can see within the cylinder, choose which of these lights shines on it. Healing light. The target regains hit points equal to 4d12 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Searing light. The target makes a dexterity saving throw, taking 6d12 radiant damage on a failed, or half as much on a success. Until the spell ends, bright light fills the cylinder, and when you move on your turn, you can also move the cylinder up to 30 feet. That's interesting. When you move, you can move the cylinder. Whenever the cylinder moves into the space of a creature, you can see, and whenever a creature you can see enters the cylinder or ends its turn there, you can bathe it in one of these lights. A creature can be affected by the spell only once per turn. The healing damage increases by 1d12. The healing and damage increases by 1d12 for each spell slot above 7, which is only 2 anyway. But yeah, that's an example of a conjuration spell, so it's more of like it's an area of effect spell, and the other ones are mostly the same as that. Not like in space, but maybe it doesn't actually. I guess they're actually, no, they are different. They are different. I think I'm just mistaking it. Interesting. Yes, they're a little bit different. I'll give you an example here. Here's the Conjure Fey. Conjure Fey is a 6th level conjuration druid spell. An action, 60 feet, verbal somatic, concentration 10 minutes. You conjure a medium spirit from the Feywild in an occupied space you can see within range. Basically, the conjuration here is like you're the focus rather than actually the creature. So it doesn't have a stat block, but if you did summon Fey, you would have a stat block and it'd be its own creature. Whereas this is more like a spiritual weapon in that you kind of control it where it goes. It's not the same. You conjure a medium spirit from the Feywild in an unoccupied space you can see within range. The spirit lasts for the duration and it looks like a Fey creature of your choice. When the spirit appears, you can make one spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. On a hit, the target takes psychic damage equal to 3d12 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. And the target has the frightened condition until the start of your next turn, with both of you and the spirit as the source of the fear. As a bonus action on your later turns, you can teleport the spirit to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of the space it left, and make the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. The damage increases by 2d12 for each spell slot above 6, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that can be used to they're not the same. They're not creatures that take their own initiative. It's more like you summon essences of the different locations, I guess, which is, I think, fairly cool. I'm alright with that. But yeah, I think, guys, we've gone through quite a lot of spells today. I think I'm going to call the video there, if that's alright. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like. I would really appreciate it. Consider subscribing. Tell me what your favourite 5e spell is down in the comments if you play D&D, or which of those you thought was the most interesting one. Let me know your thoughts.